A very good afternoon to each and every one of you. Welcome back to another episode of ACTnow Hot Issue. What's for lunch? Mio Adlan here together with you guys on this glorious Wednesday afternoon, the 22nd of June 2022. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. It's the middle of the week. As I always remind you guys, middle of the week, sometimes you feel tired. Yeah, you know why? Because like it's still a couple of days until the weekend. But yeah, at the end of the day, you guys, we salute you guys for striving, for wanting to make things better and being dedicated to whatever it is that you are doing, work-wise, social-wise, family-wise, so on and so forth. And for you guys who are watching us right now, thank you so much for always, being a fan, watching us every time we come on as exclusively live on the ACTnow Facebook Trooper page. And make sure you comment this video and give us a like as well. And don't forget to share this video, because this video may not just be beneficial for you, but it would also bring happiness, I would say, to others as well. And not forgetting to download the ACTnow mobile community app on the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store for you guys to be a much more resilient, much more disciplined, and much more dedicated a member of the society for your community. The app is free. Just fill in the keywords ACTnow on the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store. Then you'll find us, because contrary to what people may think, ACTnow mobile community app is a very useful tool, and it is not a scam tool. We do not scam people. We are helping people in trying to get messages across, in trying to connect ourselves with the relevant bodies out there to make sure that our community would be in a much better place. Kalau you all tak percaya, if you do not agree with me, or if you do not believe me, one person who definitely believes in the ACTnow motives and objectives in wanting to make the society and the communities better is none other than Melvin Lam. Betul tak I cakap tu, Melvin?
Well, I can't say much. I am the co-founder, so it's best from the user themselves, whether they have been scammed for the last 2 years. I don't know. Probably we are, but if we are scamming, I think we I think we multi-millionaire now by now.
Yeah. No, actually, in some ways, we are actually scamming people, Melvin. Because why? How ACTnow scam people is ACTnow is scamming the authorities to do the right thing. So that's how we're scamming.
Oh yeah,
We're not scamming the people. We're scamming the authorities for them to actually do a much better job. That's what ACTnow is scamming. I think I'm okay in saying that.
Wow, that's a cool statement. I will tell we scams the authorities to do their work.
Exactly. That's why we do that. Melvin, we miss you. A couple of episodes that you've not been around. You've been busy, haven't you?
Yeah, I say last week I did a bit of live first attempt on the site. I don't know how's the receptions.
It was okay, but next time, if you are on the ground and doing some coverage, don't put your phone like this. Put like this, so that it will be a much wider.
Okay. Inexperience, first time.
No, it's okay. You learn. These are the things that you learn day in and day out. But yeah, you have been busy for ACTnow, as well as trying to.
And Monday I was also having a meeting with Selangor political head. We were doing a lot of things as well.
Yeah, exactly.
All communities issues, we plan how to scam the authorities to work for the people.
You're quoting me now, You're quoting me right now.
Yes,
That's
yes, yes.
actually my
Yeah,
ayat
you have
now,
two. Oh, okay. There's two things that I learned from you. Uh, what
What?
called no sense, no cow sense,
Oh no, no common sense.
no common sense. That's the first one I learned from you a long time ago. Now is that we scam the authorities to work for us, to work for the community.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you can take those words down to the grave because it is true anyway. I mean, like what you mentioned, Melvin. I mean, like on behalf of everyone, we thank you for wanting to make a difference, wanting to make the relevant changes in regards of the community for the sake of the community. Tapi yeah, that's what people need to understand where Act Now is all about and where Act Now comes from. Okay, enough about Act Now because we are in the Act Now hot issue show. We need to highlight all the hot issues that we want to cover. One story that we want to begin with today. This article, or should I say, this report, has been published actually about a week ago, if I'm not mistaken. I read it in the
Yeah.
news lately, but it's become so relevant right now because the fact that it has been crazy lately. Ever since MCO has been relaxed a bit, ever since society are able to actually live their lives more freely in comparison to how it was 2 years ago. One major issue that has been happening, apart from other things, the one major issue is the traffic issue. There's no two ways about it. People have been complaining that KL has been swamped with so many cars, traffic jams every single day, regardless whatever time, regardless of whatever day it is. It could be a Monday morning, it could be a Sunday evening. Still, traffic jam in KL has been a bit of a murderous activity. And now the government, or should I say the agencies involved, JPJ together with the government, MOT, has actually came up with a ruling which I think should be implemented a long time ago, is that the heavy vehicles have been banned from coming into the city center during peak hours. Melvin, as much as I want to praise the MOT and JPJ for doing this, benda ni patut dah buat lama dah lah kan?
Actually, this enforcement of having heavy vehicles going down the city is actually, as far as I know, is years ago. But then, as I say, yes, you probably, this deputy minister have announced it. But then, after a while, it will come back. This morning itself was a heavy traffic too. I don't know whether it was because of the light drizzle rains this early morning. It was a bad traffic, but you're right. Of late, the traffic, regardless of time of the day, is all jammed up. Even this morning, when I came out from my house, nothing to do with the city jam, but it's jammed from my compound of my condo even to the main road. So I took photos while I was jammed up in our own compound.
Okay, yeah.
That was at 8 a.m. this morning.
Yeah. It is very, I mean, like, yeah, this is actually one of the ways that the government, or should I say the Federal Territory Minister, as you can actually, Federal Territory Ministry, who has actually mentioned about this in the picture, is actually the Deputy Minister, Datuk Sri Jalaluddin Alias, has said that enforcement ensures measure was decided on Tuesday yesterday by a special committee looking into solutions, method, and actions to disperse traffic congestion in the capital. And any heavy vehicle found entering the capital during peak hours will be subject to action under Section 79 of the Road Transport Act 1987. And those who are violating this law will be banned, subject to mandatory compounds, and will take tough stance by not considering any appeals. Again, benda-benda macam ni, Melvin, what irks me out, what makes me, pull my hair out even though I have no hair, is that sometimes or other, diorang tak kisah tau. I kena fine 10,000 tapi I punya project 3 billion. What is 10,000 with 3 billion? So I don't care about these things, but I need my building to be built. I need my scaffolding to be up. I need my development to jalan. If not, I will lose 200,000 a day. I might as well lose 10,000 ringgit a day. That's fine. So that's the mentality, Melvin.
That is because from my place to the city center, we always experience those above 7.5 tons, those trucks that carry sands. And I always have my soft knees when when I drive or they're driving nearby me. Because I don't know whether the drive. I'm not being so-called pinpointing, but we heard a lot of news that drivers usually on drugs or drunk and all these things. I was also scared that they were drunk, run through you, and they do not follow the speed limit. Because they want to rush to the destination. Because I was told that they are paid by the trip. More trip they make more earnings. So
Correct.
they do in a jam. They do just like anyone who want to show off this latest sport car. They would just zap you left, right, overtakes you. And it's actually, I feel very nervous because I have a bad accidents those days before when I was young. And I always, when these giant big trucks come near me, I will have, my knees will be very soft.
Imagine kalau your knees soft, nanti kalau you nak tekan brake tak boleh tau, because your knees too soft that you cannot press the brake tau. So you have to be very, very careful.
So,
But
it's a thing that it's not nothing new. This enforcement that was years back, but no one actually followed. After sometimes, trust me, after yesterday was approved, maybe 3-4 months, it's back to square one.
No, itulah masalahnya. We Malaysians, I have to give it to the authorities one thing, that we are great in coming up with solutions. We are great in coming up, with problem solving situations and problem solving tactics. Yang masalahnya, Marvin, is all about enforcement. We have been reminding people day in and day out. Ever since I've been around as well. Lawmakers are doing their best to actually, pass laws and trying to uphold the law. Tapi masalahnya enforcement is not there. It's just a matter of lack of manpower ataupun under table dealings. Again, allegedly. I'm not saying that people are doing this, but allegedly there have been cases where people are dealing under the table, macam-macam. So how can enforcement be done right and proper and on time, Melvin? What would your advice be?
Enforcements are there. Sometimes the enforcers, I have doubts whether they actually carry out their work duties. But there's another 2 more points that he mentioned. Was one of which we just received this in Penang. It says here the committee also decided to ban vehicles from parking on the curb during peak hours and will be phasing out parking spots along major roads in stages. We have these 2 videos that we received 2 days ago in Penang. Those giant trucks actually park at the curb during peak hours.
Dia nak makan, Ma.
And then the reporters, the users say it's actually caused accidents because you are parking on the curb on a major highway where there's heavy traffic. And also banning this committee, they also enforce banning traders in conducting business on pavements during peak hour, and will phase out trading spots in stages from a pavement of major roads. Cakap cantik.
Yep.
But I tell you, it happens and it still happens. It will never stop because, I always say, all the enforcement, certain personnel or from certain enforcement departments have their eyes closed.
Yeah.
I dare to challenge that. So imagine I come to office in the early morning peak hour. I actually pass by 3 offices. All the I have nothing against them. They still make a living, but they park Jantun Razak along the main road of Jantun Razak on the curve. Those traders, the mobile van traders, they just open up the van and start selling the nasi lemak and all these things. And imagine outside TRX there, the so jam, and they car park beside that to tapao for breakfast to pack to the office.
Yeah.
So of course they still need a living. I hope the private sector, the building owners, all this thing, probably dedicate some safe spots for them. Probably this certain hour you can actually park here and do your trading. After that you have to go.
Yeah. So to end this topic, Melvin, because we're talking a bit too much about this, but one thing's for sure, again, as what Melvin has mentioned, as what I have highlighted as well. as much as we want to enforce the laws, enforcement should be there as well, and it should not be just a short period of time. Bukannya kerja 3 bulan, bukannya kerja 6 bulan. It needs to be an everyday basis until the end of time, basically, sebenarnya, because that's what the law states and that's what people need to do. And for business owners, for construction company owners and whatnot, do not try to get yourself out of it just because that you want to chase your deadline. You tak sampai because you lambat, itu padan muka you. Okay, so
No,
make sure you time.
they don't meet the deadline. They rush of it. The deadline as date is us, the public.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. All right, moving on to the second topic that we want to talk about. But before we do that, our beloved viewer, Hung Fan, has actually mentioned something very, very nicely over here. Those who have no brain and never do their homework are scammers. Their position stays strong right now. Thank you so much, Hung Fan,
Thank you,
for
Ho.
your lovely words. Because again, they did. This is what it is. I mean, like contohnya lah, people are saying that one product or one thing is never good because they have not tried it themselves. Why not you try it, have the experience, then you'll know whether the thing is a scam or whether it is not correct or not. Just give it a try first. If there are any shortcomings to that, feel free to give a comment and ACTnow will try to act accordingly. Melvin tak sabar cakap, sila Melvin.
Okay, every time you use ACTnow, just look into your bank whether there's any dollar missing there on there.
Yeah. Ooh, that would be very, very interesting. Every time you report, you tengok kalau balance you ada kurang 1 sen, then ACTnow will be scammers for sure. All right, moving forward to our second topic now. This topic is actually also very close to our hearts on the show. Repeatedly, time and time again, we spoke about how important it is for us to take care of our nature, our wildlife, and animals as well. And we have been banging on that drum, making sure that our tigers, especially, this topic has been spoken about a couple of times already. Tigers needs to be taken care of. The Malayan tigers, they have been close to extinct if we do not take care of them very, very well. And actually, good news coming out from Belum in Perak is that poaching of Malayan tigers are down to almost zero. And what does that mean, almost zero? Maknanya ada satu case je lah happening, Melvin. Is it?
Yes, it says that since the reintroductions, the important source area that animals that's fallen almost zero in the past 2 years, 24 months. I hope it's not because of the pandemic. The poachers doesn't come out.
Poachers pun takut COVID, Melvin. That's why.
Yeah. But I hope that it's for the next many more years to come, not just the last 24 months. It says that based on the investigations, the incidence has reduced by almost 98%. So I think it could be attributed to the pandemic. I hope it's not. I hope that it will be permanent, stay there and touch 100%. He attributes this to the increased patrolling, especially by the corporations with park rangers, the Orang Asli patrol units, as well as WWF Malaysia members. So it's a good job, and I hope it's continue. And I hope this kind of the project will be implemented to other areas throughout Malaysia as well.
Yeah.
Not only tigers, other protected species as well.
Yeah, as what we spoken about this, Melvin, off the air, is that great job that Royal Belum Park down up in Perak is actually experiencing this. Less poaching is happening and almost down to zero. But we also hope that other places like Taman Negara in Pahang or in Sarawak, in Sabah, for instance, because again, Malaysia is full, and when I say full, I mean full of beautiful wildlife out there. Hence, this is one of the reasons why our tourism industry is so high up there, because we got a lot of people yang mana tak pernah tengok rupa harimau macam mana, yang mana tak pernah tengok gajah macam mana, they want to come down to Malaysia and experience this, even though they're not for show. Jangan pergi zoo semua, but these kind of things, they need their own habitat, their living habitat. Bukannya dia want nak duduk kondo sekarang. Okay, tigers tak boleh duduk kondo. Okay, so yeah, we need to take care of this as much as possible. As much as we are chasing development, as much as we are chasing modernization, we should not neglect the wildlife who has their home dah ready dah sebenarnya. Jangan ambil daripada dia orang.
One thing I want to know, have you seen a samba deer? They said to introduce the samba deer, which can last at least a week. So-called if the tigers had the samba meals as their meal diet, it will last them a week as opposed to wild boar.
Okay. Pardon for people who didn't hear that correctly. Is sambar with an R, not
Sambal.
L lah. Takut orang kita sambal dia pula kan. Orang salah dengar you cakap. Yeah. This is actually the first time I'm hearing this. Well,
Yeah.
the
Have you seen
sambar
one?
deer. No, I have not actually. And it's very, very intrigued that one particular animal, one type of deer can actually make a tiger full for 1 week. Maybe we should
Yes.
try that rather than eating chicken. Maybe kita makan sambar dia juga
That's what I'm
lah.
trying to say. Yes, we should. Our food security is at alarm state. We should introduce all these things, and if we can reintroduce the sambra deer in the wild, in the forest, we should probably thinking of this is whether as commercialize it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It could
exactly.
be also a substitute meat for chickens and other things, so we can have one dish and will last us one whole week,
Yeah.
time to digest.
Yeah, and another worrying fact that we do want to share with all our viewers is that poaching in Malaysia is usually carried out by foreign syndicates, and it is said that one tiger, if caught, it is actually almost a jackpot already because the animal is worth around 250,000 ringgit for one tiger. You can understand why there's a lot of poachers out there because this is definitely a high, some a lot of money, actually a high sum of money where people are trading and
Yes.
exchanging and whatnot. So you can understand why there are culprits out there. There are people out there who would stoop
Because-
so low in catching tigers because they are very, very rare and expensive.
No, because tonight, the penalty is not great. It's not serious. If you are caught, you probably can pay off your fine because probably they have approached 10 tigers. They all probably a multi-millionaire status. So it's
Yeah.
I would suggest probably the skin the poacher and because they sell.
What do you want to do with the skin of the poacher? You want to make
Yeah,
bags?
they skin the tiger and sell the fur. Why not they skin the poacher? Probably it sells 2.3 million instead of 230,000, 250,000.
What are you wearing today? Oh, I'm wearing a poacher skin today. Oh my god. Okay.
Yes.
Imagine that were being sold at Dior or at Gucci or whatnot. Oh, that
You
would just
hang in
be
your big grand hall there. Oh, it's a prize awards winning. This is the skin of a poacher.
okay. Something wrong. I mean, like, I don't want to be thinking too dark like you, Melvin, but yeah, you are absolutely correct that sometimes these punishments are not really that heavy. And the problem is then, Melvin, the poachers are the ones who are getting the punishment, not the guys who are paying the poachers. The big Quilo or the big gangster or the
Poach
big
MS,
whoever it is. Yeah, they push the whole family. Oh my god, just disclaimer, ACTnow doesn't promote skinning human beings. Okay, I just want to put it out there before people dah lah kita dah kena chop scammer, now kita want to skin human beings pula. Bahaya weh.
Okay, joke aside, in Japan, those mafia or those courts, in Japan they have this culture of tattoo the whole body.
Yeah.
They actually offer those who are sent to death to skin them, so the money goes to their family.
Okay.
Those with full tattoo, they actually do that in Japan.
Good information in Japan, but orang Malaysia tak buat macam tu, Marvin. So kita jangan ikut, tak
No,
apa.
those who kill tigers probably need to do that.
Those who kill tigers. Okay, fair enough. All right. That's enough of the second topic. Again, take care of the life, take care of the wildlife, take care of our tigers because we don't want them to become extinct. Nanti harimau Melaya pasukan bola sepak kita kena macam tukar nama jadi Samba Deer pula kan. It doesn't sound very, very strong or very scary to the opponents. All right, moving.
No, we have no cattle project. We have Samba Deer project.
Samba Deer project. Okay, moving on to the next thing. Snippets in the news. One thing that we want to highlight today, that it has been in the news as early as yesterday even, where our Minister of Health, Khairi Jamaluddin, has actually went up on to the went up to the stage and spoke in a press conference in saying that something something scary, or should I say a bit scary maybe, will be happening in the next 2 to 3 months time, in which that there's a high probability of COVID-19 cases could be on a rise because of the trend of what's happening all around the world, and KJ encourages second booster shots for the ones who are above 60 years old to get their second booster. This is a bit of inevitability, to be honest, Kelvin, because again, Melvin, because when the world is having such surges, Malaysia is just will be following suit because that's a trend, right?
Yes, it won't run out from that. Yes, don't this news about second booster for those above 60 has been around for at least
3 months, 4 months, yeah.
a month ago, I think at least.
Mm.
But I think the pickup rate is slow. So why not offer to everyone? I'm eager. I'm not telling my age. I have not reached 60 yet.
Yeah.
But I'm eager if I've been offered, or I will be the first one to line up for the second booster. I mean, we can't take that. Now we are in the endemic. Things are under control. The virus is milder and all these things. They can anytime. We don't want to have anything happens in Beijing, in Shanghai happens to us again.
Yeah, true.
You know, that's drastic. I mean, the people there. I mean, I see
They're
on the
crazy. They're
documentary,
crazy drastic over there the other day.
Yeah. So 2 years is enough. The booster shots, take it, please. And those who have senior parents, and take them to do the booster shots, please.
But what do you think about this? Because when we talk about this kind of story, because again, right now the economy is open, the country is open. We are expecting tourists coming in. We are also allowed to go out as well. Should the new wave of COVID-19 comes in, what are the precautions that the government needs to take? Do we need to regress and go back to how it was before? No border no border closure, but maybe close of events, maybe, or whatever it is. What do you think that could happen to your own
Seriously,
podcast?
we can't say close of events. I mean, things have to be hopefully can go on as usual, but everyone have to take responsible. That the mask have to be there. If you have a chance to take the booster, just take it another time. I mean, that helps you to prevent you. You know, the virus can redevelop a stronger one or weaker one, but our immune systems, because our boosters has only have a so-called
Short
a lifespan,
time period. Yeah.
a period of time in our body. So we have to reboost it, But else the viruses keep on having new next generations could be more serious. We can't afford to close the country. Put it this way, all right. But we can afford to take more precautions. We don't be so silly, jam up the whole place. Weekends is packed with all traffic. So again, I mean, we can go other days, let them go wrong first, and all these things. Because that is unless it's life and death, you don't have to rush there. Otherwise, take it easy.
And what do you think about should moving forward the fact that the state of our nation at least is, as you know, the economy is not really that well. A lot of increment in regards of prices in anything, in everything and anything in regards of foods and daily stuff. Should the government say that booster shots moving forward, rather it's second or third boost or whatnot, individuals have to pay? Would you agree to that, or do you think the government should pay for that? Your opinion.
It depends on how deep is the pocket of the government nowadays.
Apparently not so, because the ceiling prices of chicken will be lifted very, very soon. Also,
I mean,
cooking oil also.
Oil, cooking oil, eggs, and whatever.
The
electricity.
So the country is in dire need of money. So that means they cannot afford to pay for booster shots anymore. So will you okay in paying?
I'm okay in paying, but you have to control the price. I think no one should make a profit out of every single dose. It has to be seen, even the hospital, clinic, it should be seen as a CSR by them. If it's imported, please, if it's 1 ringgit, you should sell at 1 ringgit. The government can subsidize all the transportation, whatever it is, that's right. But I think the per shot basis is not that high. And do not allow even the private hospital to charge sky high. Should be charged at the cost.
So hence why, and hence why what we're trying to say today is that the booster shots right now are free for people who are 60 years and above. They are available for you to actually go get your second booster shot. So for all those aunties and uncles and grandmas and grandpas who are 60 years and above, apparently not Melvin, you should go and get your booster shots immediately as soon as possible to safeguard yourselves and your loved ones in fighting, in curbing the spread of COVID-19. That's it,
That's right.
folks. Wow, very eventful for the past 2 days. For the past two episodes, I've been talking by myself. Very sad one, but finally I got my
You have
partner back.
Kelvin. You have
Yeah,
Kelvin.
who's Kelvin?
No, you
I
mentioned
tersilap
Kelvin. I
sebut
said, wow,
tadi.
we should
I
replace him.
tersilap sebut tadi lah. Ayo terasa lah you. Alright guys, make sure you guys keep on watching all of our other shows that we have on ACTnow. Just check out the ACTnow Facebook page. All of the other series and other episodes are there as well. And we'll be back on Friday. Not me, Melvin. Will be back on Friday for the Cantonese version of ACTnow Hot Issue. And with that, we would like to wish everyone a very great Wednesday ahead. Say bye-bye,
Yes.
Melvin.
Yes. Everyone, take care. I see you on Friday. And
All right.
Mel, okay, I will be on Monday. You'll be on leave on Monday.
Yeah,
okay.
apparently I'll be off on Monday, duty calls. But nevertheless, you'll see me around definitely on the show. Take care, guys. Have a great lunch.
Alright.
We'll see you again.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, bye.